As to my principles in religion, to be as brief as I can, I declare myself to be a member of Christ's Church, which I take to be a universal society of all Christian people, distributed under lawful governors and pastors into particular churches, holding communion with each other in all the essentials of the Christian faith, worship, and discipline. And among these I look upon the Church of England to be the chief and best constituted. The Church of England is doubtless the greatest bulwark of the ancient Catholic or Apostolic faith all over the world, a church that has all the spiritual advantages that the nature of a church is capable of. From the doctrine and principles of the Church of England, we are taught loyalty to our prince, fidelity to our country, and justice to all mankind. And therefore, as I look upon this to be one of the most excellent branches of the Church universal, and stands as it were between superstition and hypocrisy, I therefore declare, for the satisfaction of you and your friends, as I have always lived, so I now die, a true and sincere, though a most unworthy, member of it. And as to my discontinuance of my attendance at the public worship, I refer you to my papers, which I have left with my worthy friend Mr. Barlow. And thus, my dear sister, I have given you a short account of my faith and the principles of my religion. I come in the next place to lay before you a few meditations and observations I have at several times collected together, more particularly those since my retirement to St. Helens. Meditations and observations relating to the conduct of human life in general. 1. Remember how often you have neglected the great duties of religion and virtue, and slighted the opportunities that Providence has put into your hands, and with all that you have a set period assigned you for the management of the affairs of human life. And then reflect seriously that unless you resolve immediately to improve the little remains, the whole must necessarily slip away insensibly, and then you are lost beyond recovery. 2. Let an unaffected gravity, freedom, justice, and sincerity shine through all your actions, and let no fancies and chimeras give the least check to those excellent qualities. This is an easy task if you will but suppose everything you do to be your last, and if you can keep your passions and appetites from crossing your reason. Stand clear of rashness, and have nothing of insincerity or self-love to infect you. 3. Manage all your thoughts and actions with such prudence and circumspection as if you were sensible you were just going to step into the grave. A little thinking will show a man the vanity and uncertainty of all sublunary things, and enable him to examine maturely the manner of dying, which, if duly abstracted from the terror of the idea, will appear nothing more than an unavoidable appendix of life itself, and a pure natural action. 4. Consider that ill usage from some sort of people is in a manner necessary, and therefore do not be disquieted about it, but rather conclude that you and your enemy are both marching off the stage together, and that in a little time your very memories will be extinguished. 5. Among your principal observations upon human life, let it be always one to take notice what a great deal both of time and ease that man gains who is not troubled with the spirit of curiosity, who lets his neighbour's affairs alone, and confines his inspections to himself, and only takes care of honesty and a good conscience. 6. If you would live at your ease, and as much as possible be free from the encumbrances of life, manage but a few things at once, and let those too be such as are absolutely necessary. By this rule you will draw the bulk of your business into a narrow compass, and have the double pleasure of making your actions good and few into the bargain. 7. He that torments himself because things do not happen just as he would have them is but a sort of ulcer in the world, and he that is selfish, narrow-souled, and sets up for a separate interest is a kind of voluntary outlaw and disincorporates himself from mankind. 8. Never think anything below you which reason and your own circumstances require, and never suffer yourself to be deterred by the ill-grounded notions of censure and reproach. But when honesty and conscience prompt you to say or do anything, do it boldly. Never balk your resolution or start at the consequence.